What excited you about taking on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
Well, there were several things that made it exciting for me to take on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. First, it's a Marvel film, and I love Marvel films. And secondly, it's Sam Raimi, and I love working with Sam. So it was kind of like a win-win situation of these two worlds coming together. And amazingly, the film feels like a child, like with DNA. It's both, clearly it's a Marvel film, but it's also very much a Sam Raimi film. And pulling that off is kind of a miracle. So it was so fun to work on.
Speaking of Sam, do you and Sam have a kind of shorthand when you work together, or have you two developed more of a synergy? Describe what that working relationship is like.
What's it like working with Sam? It's it's unique. Sam is the nicest guy in the world, and he brings kind of a level of fun and humor to the sessions when we're working together. That's not the usual intensity that it is between a director and a composer when they're really working things out. He just somehow makes it so I'll end the session kind of laughing with a smile. But his his instructions to me have been the same with Doctor Strange all the way back from the first movie I did with him, which was and Darkman, which was show me the heart, bring me the heart. It's always what he tells me, and that's what he's most wanting to hear out of the music. And of course, I love doing that. So it's always kind of a special event when I'm working with Sam.
What was your vision for the score, and what did you want the music to convey?
There was many interesting musical challenges in Doctor Strange. One of them was having themes that would have dual purposes. I knew I wanted a theme for Doctor Strange that would also work to express the lost love for Christine, and it would be like his own theme, but express kind of loss and wanting. And for Wanda, even more so, it was quite unique having a villain in a superhero movie that doesn't want to control the world, doesn't want to destroy the earth. We're not talking about Thanos here. We're talking about Wanda. And I needed to find a theme for her that could be menacing and could be dark, but could also play like a fairy tale and like a child's lullaby, actually, and that would have longing and loss, because here's a superhero whose motivation is finding her children that she never even really had. It's so beautiful, and it's such a oddly kind of a fairy tale type of a thing. And it made a very unique challenge for me. I've never encountered such a sympathetic antagonist.
So you touched on this a bit, and for Doctor Strange, tell us how you went about constructing the themes for the characters and how you approach the multiple versions of those characters.
Well, when I'm constructing a theme, I want to put it through a certain laboratory testing. Can I take Doctor Strange's theme? Can I make it feel heroic? Can I make it feel anti-heroic? Can I twist it around and do different things with it? With Wanda's theme, can I make it sound like she's the Scarlet Witch when I needed to? And can I make it sound like something that's really sweet and heartbreaking when she's talking to her own children that are rejecting her at the end of the movie, which is really one of the sweetest scenes ever. And I needed them to kind of do multi-purpose things. And I approached it like that, knowing that they needed to do that, and made sure that they were capable of doing that before committing into the film.
As you speak about WandaVision, you're no stranger to scoring Marvel movies. Is there a signature style of the music for the MCU? And if so, what would it be?
I find more and more now that the Marvel world is really expanding its horizons of music and, styles. So 5 years ago, I might have said, oh yeah, it should be heroic, it should be this, it should be this. And now I don't even know if that's true anymore. I think in recent films, in Black Panther, in um, different films that they're stretching out more and more, and they're expanding the limits of what would be Marvel music. So really kudos to Marvel for pushing their boundaries always outward.
How does music enhance a supernatural adventure film like this?
Well, in any supernatural adventure film, the music is going to take you to that world and gives you the tone of where it is you're going. So like in the Multiverse of Madness, we're going to have the resurrection of dead Doctor Strange. That's going to take you to like old style horror film right off the bat. And it's like, what a fun world to go to. But, you know, it's going to supply the tone of the movie that we're watching. And that's the most important thing.
What was the most challenging aspect of creating the music for this film and why?
The most challenging aspect of a movie like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is that it's a huge jigsaw puzzle. You've got so many pieces, and the music has to fit with all these pieces and fit together, fit together, fit together. Fortunately, I love musical jigsaw puzzles, and so it's very challenging, but it's a challenge that I really love.
So you might have answered this a little bit, but what do you enjoy the most about scoring this film?
The most fun I had scoring this Doctor Strange was just the diverse elements and the ability to like break out of the boundaries of what one would expect in a Marvel movie tonally and do some kind of crazy stuff that Sam really encouraged me to do.
That was great. Thank you so much, Danny.
Thank you. My pleasure.